Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to plant the little bluestem. I bought a pound of little bluestem along with split-beard bluestem and a few other grasses here, and I have some flowers left over from last year. But right now, little bluestem is the main grass in our prairies, and this gets priority. There's approximately 3 days left to plant. It is almost winter. It's, what is it, the 18th or something like that? Getting really close, and we still have fairly decent weather. It's pretty chilly out there, but dog and cat, I bet they're going to be with me. But I'm going to be on the other side of the hill, so hopefully the wind doesn't get at me. I know I was planting this stuff earlier today, more tossing than planting. This is all purple coneflower, and this right here has a few other flowers mixed in it. I just toss this along the side of the roads. If any comes up, that's fine. If it doesn't come up, that's fine as well. But I don't know, there's probably a million seeds there. This is just... Actually, I planted a full bucket of this already, and this is what was left. So it's got to be a million seeds. Look at all them. So I'm going to toss those as well, but that's not a priority, like I said. So once this bluestem is planted, then I can go on to this other stuff. This is Canada rye. That's Canada rye as well. And there might be a little bit of silky rye mixed in with that. This is Indian grass. This is Canada rye as well, but I think I'm going to give that to the neighbors. June grass. This has to be planted right before the first snow that's going to last, and that just is not coming. And we got some side oats grandma here. So without further ado, I'm going to fill this pouch and we're going to get over there and start planting. Note to self, pouch holds about a half a pound. So I'm going to have to come back. I'm not going to carry this bag around with me. Come back, fill it one more time. And hopefully by that time I'll be heading down to the North Prairie down there, but we'll see. Part of this I'm going to toss, and part of it I'm going to scratch in, so let's get going. All right, funny thing happened on the way to seed with the little bluestem. I grabbed a little, it's a claw with a cultivator with a little like axe on the back of it. That's it right there. So I came through here, tossing seed here and there, went back and forth, went along the pasture, came back up along the pasture, went up that way a bit, came down through here, went down this way, down to the Billy Road, came up the Billy Road, was tossing seed this whole time, went through that way and went back over to the shed to reload. And I found out I didn't have my camera. I was just going along, and I planned on filming over there a little bit later. I'm trying to rush before the sun goes down, but the camera was gone. As I was going through here, Izzy kept bringing me her stick, so I was tossing her stick way up on top of the hill. So I figured the jostling knocked the camera out, and it's got to be in here somewhere. So I've checked this place a couple times now. The camera's fairly large. It should sit on top of the surface, but if it finds the right spot, it could tunnel down. So I'm looking and looking and looking, and then I went back by the seeds again to see if I just set it down. And then I remembered, well, what if it's in the shelter there? So I went back, went into the shelter, and sure enough, it's just inside the door. I'll show you where I found it. When I leaned over to grab the tool out of that bucket right there, it must have fell out, and it was sitting in this tick killer. For some reason, the mice really like to bust into these bags. Got to get that stuff spread next spring. But it was laying on top of the tick killer right there. That had me worried. I don't have the GPS turned on on this camera, and I think you can find the camera. You can get close enough to find it if you have the GPS turned on. I'm gonna have to look into that. So everywhere I showed you in that area, I already spread some seed, and I'm trying to do this as fast as possible. I spread about half of it, and I'm gonna do the other half, I guess, right in here. There's nowhere near as much of the prairie grasses in this part as there is in here. So I'm gonna toss the rest of the seeds right in here. Izzy, wrong way, honey. This way. All right, I don't want to seed anywhere along this top part in this burned area or down that way. This is all going to be blue grandma and stuff like that, shorter stuff. So it'll be prairie drop seed, blue grandma, side oats grandma, stuff like that. Yeah, see, like this whole area right here, no prairie grasses whatsoever. That's Little Bluestem right there, kind of a cluster of it. So yeah, none right there either. You could see Canada rye here and there, and the occasional Little Bluestem, but it's nowhere near as prevalent as it is over in Bigfoot Prairie. All right, we're gonna have some harsh sun here. All right, I'm gonna toss along this area, and then I'll get back to you down there a little bit. I really got to get in here in the spring. Well, probably this winter as well. I should get down here when I test out that DeWalt electric chainsaw and start clearing out some of this really tangled stuff. Now's the time to do it when there's not a lot of greenery or snow around. Side oats grandma. I got some Bluestem right here. We'll add to it, get a patch going. Eventually I'm going to plant into here with some Indian grass and some big Bluestem, but I definitely don't want those to be the dominant grasses. I want this to stay relatively short here because I don't want it getting out of control when we burn. All right, I'm all done. Went back and forth a little bit right behind the house. And then I went up alongside the tree, up into the area that Natalie and I cleared out, right below the septic system there, back down through here, along the road, and then I got as much as I could in this little area here. This Virginia rye, and I believe there's some Canada rye in here. I just came in here. This was kind of a mess with garlic mustard. I came in here and tossed this seed, I believe, was it last year? Probably. But look at all this grass all through here is all that rye. Rye really grows easy and spreads really fast. I don't know if I planted it all the way over to here or not, but it's all through there as well. And where I planted it up along the road over there, it's just the whole area is all, I believe that's Canada rye. This looks like it's mostly Virginia rye. But each plant has, you know, maybe 100 of these big seeds, and they reseed real easy. I wonder how far this will go into the woods. See, I planted this below these big trees because this is a very shade tolerant variety. But I don't know, I think with all the ryes, like this perennial rye, it's shade tolerant, but it's not long lived. So we'll see how long this lasts. Maybe permanent, maybe not. But this area really needs to get filled up with Little Bluestem. I would have bought more seeds, but we really don't have the cash flow to do that this year. And I couldn't harvest any from the prairie patch up there because that big wind blew them all away. I'll be right there, dog. Let me finish up. I'm going to get this box. Oh, there you go. That's Indian grass, a lone Indian grass standing here. I'll be planting some Indian grass seed in here as well. Indian grass can be invasive, they say, but I haven't seen that yet. I think this rye is much more invasive. Yeah, see, this is Canada rye right here. It's a lot fluffier. And the Virginia rye is a real tight-topped rye. Like, nope, not like that. Like that stuff back there. So I don't think I'll be planting any of that Canada rye in here. I already got plenty of rye. I think I'm going to put all of that in the north woods off that way. We set these boxes out to be burned, and then if we don't get to it immediately, a lot of times the wind will blow it into the woods here. All right. So I did spread Little Bluestem seed like right around on that mound, in through here, in that barrel, along the edge of the woods, or along the edge of the trees over there, all the way to the other side, and a little bit here and there in this little triangle. I gotta mention that so I don't forget. So next year I hope to see some Little Bluestem in here, but the way it goes when you hand seed like this, I probably won't see any next year. It'll probably be the year after that before I can see it. It'll just blend in with this nurse grass, this perennial rye. Yeah, all in all, it's looking really good. It's going to look fantastic once I get all these scabby little trees out of here. I'm going to have a couple big fires this spring and get rid of them. Okay, so if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.